And this is really good for Dimaga here, having this tumor, especially if he decides to take out these rocks and just zerg into Jinro's base. Of course, Jinro looking like he's... That SCV was kind of weird there. Kind of hopped the wall a little bit. Coming down here, again, just a scout. More information, the better. We do have these Vikings up here taking out these creep tumors, and oh! Jinro leaving 3 HP on that creep tumor at the time. And that thing's gonna live to fight another day. Of course, taking out creep tumors around here as well, taking out some of these Zerglings and deciding to lift off, especially with that many Zerglings coming in and those Hydralisks coming in. Not good for those Vikings to stick around. More Vikings up here at the north. Coming down, trying to take out as many of these overlords as possible as well. Getting away with 6 HP. Mutalisks up here, or Hydralisks rather, with Infestors coming up. So they decide to get out of there just to play it safe. Turrets up here as well. Jinro did see that overlord comp, so he is deciding to play it safe and build some security here. We do have a Thor is here. Look at that. Thor is here, of course. Just one of them, though. We'll see how Jinro uses him in this game. More supply depots here, just trying to wall off a little bit here. And look at this massive amount of Vikings. Again, it looks like a big macro game, especially for the Zerg. Another command center being built, getting ready to expand. Probably see him expand, Jinro expand down here, especially with this destructible debris being here. Very easy to wall off. A little bit easier to get attacked right here on this expansion right away. We do see some upgrades coming in finally for Jinro, and we see a heck of a lot of upgrades in there for Dimaga. One lone Zergling here just to scout out to make sure nothing's going on. A massive army building up for Dimaga down here in the south with more Zerglings on the way. That's a lot of Zerglings. With Ultralisk now being researched and the Chitinous plating as well. These Vikings down here ever so close to that expansion to see it. And Vikings coming up from the north, coming down, landing, and taking out as many units as possible. Takes out all these Hydralisks. We see massive amount of Zerg coming up from the south, and Jinro sees that and decides to lift off and get out of there, especially with these Hydralisks coming in. One of those Vikings does go down as it's trying to retreat. And now just going back to business here. More Ultralisks being made as well. We do see battle cruisers coming out of the starports up here. Extra stars being built here. Do see the fusion core here. No upgrades yet for those units. We see 111 for the Ultralisks. We see 1-1 for the Thors, the vehicles rather. Do we have anything for the flying units? No. With all of these Vikings, you'd think that Jinro would have been upgrading as he was going along, just to get that extra firepower out there. Do see 3 Vikings down here. Those Mutalisks or Hydralisks going ever so slowly off the creep. And again, massive amount of Vikings on the map. That creep highway still there, rebuilt after Jinro tried to destroy it all. Planetary fortress being built down here. So if this debris gets cleared out, Jinro does have a little bit more defense for this expansion. Of course, that also means that this expansion will not be lifting off in case there is trouble. 26 more Zerglings. A Baneling's Nest. Baneling nest being built down here. We'll see if that comes into play. A very interesting mix of units coming out from Dimaga this time around. We do see Vikings taking out as many creep tumors again as possible. Just coming down, scanning and going. And all these Zerglings and all these Hydralisks coming out to play. That's just, that is a massive, massive amount of Zerglings. Now imagine all those being Banelings. Oh my goodness, could you imagine? Let's see, the army here. Units. He has 80 Zerglings out right now. Just imagine 80 Banelings out on the field, just rolling around, roly-poly, and Vikings just coming up and down, taking out that one lone Zergling. See a huge APM from both sides of the map here, both fully attention. They're full attention, but on this game. We just see a massive amount here. Oh, loading up. We're going to get ready for a drop from these overlords. While that's happening, Vikings coming down into Dimaga's main base, taking out everything in its path. Will we see? Oh, look at all. All right, Jinro having to lift off from all those Zerglings and Ultralisks coming in, and being forced to come up back to his own base. And while that's happening, perfect placement here. Dimaga coming in with these overlords, and these Vikings being in the perfect place to take out as many overlords as possible. Didn't get the Ultralisks though. The Ultralisks are coming down, taking out Hellions. Battle cruisers in just in the nick of time here, getting in here, taking out the Ultralisks. And this little ragtag team of Zerg is left and can easily be taken out by the mix of Vikings and battle cruisers. Easily taken out. So here we go. Look at this. Jinro coming in with this mass amount of battle cruisers and Vikings, going for a death kill, I think, on this main base of Dimaga. Scanning to make sure nothing's there. Massive amount of Zerg down here, Zerglings and Hydralisks. Again with another scan to make sure nothing's hiding. We just see all these battle cruisers down here. Meanwhile, Dimaga coming up into the base to see if he can do any kind of damage. Doesn't look like he's going to get past there, though. And these battle cruisers and Vikings easily taking out this expansion. It looks like there's nothing here to stop him. There are a lot of Ultralisks here, though, but they don't. He doesn't want to sacrifice them to these battle cruisers. The hive goes down with ease, and this main base is gone for Dimaga. Dimaga now going down into the expansion. All these corruptors, now that that spire got done just in the nick of time, 35 corruptors being built for Dimaga. And these battle cruisers just going to town on that spire. Look at that thing. Oh, beautiful. That hatchery going down, Hydralisk Den going down, and just everything in this expansion being taken down. Baneling nest, so we probably won't be seeing any Banelings in this game anymore. And just a mixture of Vikings and battle cruisers and corruptors coming up and just starting to run away. But we do have, oh my goodness.